Bienvenidos, bienvenidas, bienvenides. Welcome to the Cultural Classroom. Today we'll be talking about one of my brand new products, the Hispanic Heritage Month Latino Narratives Bio Project. This video is part 2 in my Hispanic Heritage Month series where I dig in and show you how these awesome resources work. Bueno, vamos a empezar. Pero, if this is your first time here, I am Allison. I am the founder of the Cultural Classroom. Cultural Classroom is a small business that makes socially conscious resources for the Spanish language classroom. I upload videos related to social justice in the world language classroom, ed tech, teaching tips, and more. If that sounds like your jam, then join the tribe and subscribe. Also, check out my description box for free downloads. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. So what is the project? If you're familiar with the Afro-Latinos Narrative Project, then this will look very similar. The Hispanic Heritage Month Project is a look into the lives of 45 famous Latinos from diverse backgrounds, professions, and they're just amazing. They're amazing people who have done stuff that deserves recognition. Students then choose a person from the list that they would like to research and ultimately give an in-class presentation on. So say for instance, you have a student who studies gymnastics outside of school or in school, whatever. They may consider researching Lori Hernandez. That connection, that relevancy is what brings the project alive for students. In the sister project, the Afro-Latino project, students come alive studying people who are relevant to them. What is the goal of the project? Well, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Learning for Justice, but it's an organization related to the Southern Poverty Law Center. In their anchors for social justice in the classroom, which, by the way, social justice is essentially a philosophy in which all people are treated fairly with dignity and respect, generosity. It's this wonderful world with rainbow sunshine and flowers everywhere. Okay, back to our anchors. So the anchors are standards for the classroom that the Learning Center, the Learning for Justice has. My goals with this project are related to the anchors that they have, the standards that they have. One is that students will respectfully express curiosity about the history and lived experiences of others, and will exchange ideas and beliefs in an open-minded way. And 2, students will respond to diversity by building empathy, respect, understanding, and connection. And so that empathy is a big one for me because I find that a lot of students, they build that connection, they build that empathy, and then that desire for wanting to learn the language increases. Anything unique? There's tons of details about specifically how to write the essay. Everything is, you can edit everything. So if you don't care about MLA format, you can just erase that and change it to Chicago format or whatever format you want. There is a student's notes page for keeping track of other presentations during in-class presentations. And for each presentation, students must bring an artifact inspired by the person they are studying. A news clip, perhaps, a poem, a performance. Some students get really creative with this. I had a student who was studying a journalist, and she created a mashup of her pretending to be a journalist like the journalist she was studying. So it was a mashup of the actual journalist clip and her imitating the journalist. So it was really cool because she was like, imitating the Spanish and stuff like that. So it was actually one of my favorite clips ever that students have done. I just feel like this brings the person alive in class. So that's why the artifact portion is really important and it's highlighted in the details and descriptions portion. So what should students walk away with? As I mentioned, from the Learning for Justice, students should walk away with more empathy, understanding, and healthy curiosity, and just so much more. These projects are, as weird as it sounds, they can change lives. For example, I had a student who was, let's say, Caucasian presenting, okay? So you look at him, think he's white, great. So his mother was actually Latina, and she was, whatever this means, Latina presenting. He struggled with his identity because of his Caucasian phenotypes, but his mom was Hispanic. And so after we did the sister project, the Afro-Latinos project, he quietly came up to me and he asked if white people could be Hispanic. So we had a long discussion, and he, in the end, embraced his Latinidad. He had a Hispanic middle name, and he wanted to be called by his Hispanic middle name in Spanish class. He really was embracing his identity. And all of this was because of this project, was because of identity, curiosity, empathy, all of these things. I highly recommend this project to all of my teachers who are out there, and honestly, just go check it out. Link is in the description box below. Get your hands on the class copy, and remember to subscribe to the tribe. Un abrazo fuerte. Ciao.